Man, I'm not even gonna lie, this story completely just flew under my radar. I completely missed out on it. And only after reviewing a few other Sportsnet articles did I actually stumble upon this story. And now, after I've seen the article, I've seen the quotes, I need to make a video about this. So I'll leave a link in the description over to this article over here on Sportsnet written by Sonny Sachdeva. The title is this: 8 NHL RFAs who could be offer sheet targets in this offseason. Now, I know what you're thinking. Okay, that article title doesn't really align all too well with what we're titling this video and what's in the thumbnail of this video, right? But my goodness, you better take a look at the article and actually read some of the quotes yourself, because the big thing that we're talking about here involving the New Jersey Devils, it is mentioned a little bit into this piece. So let's go over into some of the article's writings and read them out here in this video. There's particular interest this time around because of a tidbit dropped by former Kings assistant GM Michael Futa during his foray as part of Sportsnet's NHL Draft coverage program earlier this month, concerning the New Jersey Devils. The quote over here from Futa is brought out: "I think the New Jersey Devils are another team that is primed for an offer sheet. And I can tell you that because I did not get the job as a GM for that team. And it was a big part of their interview, talking about how much they wanted to give out an offer sheet." We all know what happened next. Tom Fitzgerald got hired, and now we're in a spot where it has been mentioned in the media to the public that yes, apparently the New Jersey Devils are primed up and wanting to do this. And before we get into this, how funny is it that apparently the New Jersey Devils' actual plans have been leaked to the media by a guy that they interviewed for their head GM position, and after they didn't get him, he went out into the media and he was like, yeah, you know, the Devils want to do this, they want to do an offer sheet over here. How kind of disappointing must that be for the New Jersey Devils? Like, darn, one of our candidates kind of went behind our backs after we didn't take him and just spreaded out our entire plan like rapid delivery Rory Fox's. Yeah, I'm not filling in the blanks, but afterwards, we have ourselves an idea that has presented itself talking about on whether or not the New Jersey Devils are going to offer sheet a player. Now, this article on Sportsnet also goes over 8 names who could be targeted, so if we just try to link 2 and 2 together, I figure, hey, would it not be interesting to take a look at what exactly these players could look like if they suited up for the red and black over there in Jersey? So, currently taking a look at the New Jersey Devils cap-friendly page, they have a projected cap space of about $17 million, which is a lot of money. And in fact, for the next entry draft, they have themselves a first-round pick, which is theirs. They don't have their second because they traded that away in the Nikita Gusev rights acquisition. They have their third, they have their fourth, and then they have all their picks for the upcoming years after that. So the fact that they don't have their own second-round pick kinda skews a little bit of the conversation when it comes to the overall offer sheet scenario, because, and if I'm wrong about this, you can correct me in the comments for sure, you're not actually allowed to make an offer sheet if you don't have the picks. And if you take a look at this chart over here, you can see what the picks actually would be for compensation, depending on how much it is you sign the offer sheeted player to. And these picks that you give up for compensation, they have to be yours. So the New Jersey Devils right now not having their second eliminates them from actually being able to send out an offer sheet above $6.5 million, because all the offer sheets after that have themselves, you know, second-round picks involved, unless they do the over $10.9 million option, wherein they send 4 first-round picks instead. Now, I'm not sure if they do the $8 million to $10 million thing. It says 1 second. Maybe they can choose their second from next season, but if you're taking a look at some of these picks, I do believe if your compensation does not include several picks in the same round, they all have to be picks for next year. But that's just my own speculation. I'm not sure if I'm correct on that, so comment down below if I am indeed wrong. But let's take a look at who exactly the New Jersey Devils could offer sheet. The first one, tier 1 on the list over here, is Mathew Barzal. Mathew Barzal, New York Islanders center. He's a guy who is going to demand a boatload of money because he is just that gosh darn good. Taking over the reins of the New York Islanders center core after John Tavares left, Mathew Barzal, who is a current RFA, is a guy who does indeed exhibit elite NHL potential going into the long term. He was over a point per game in his rookie season. We know that. He had 85 points. Absolutely nuts, by the way. And he's in a position where many people believe the best is yet to come for Mathew Barzal. Of course, he was playing in his first season with John Tavares. I mean, they weren't on the same line, per se, but Bailey, Lee, all these guys together, it combined for a very good team back then. You get what I mean, right? So Mathew Barzal, he has been the subject of offer sheet rumors for a long time now, and I'm thinking to myself, okay, if the New Jersey Devils are able to shell out 10 plus something million dollars just to go the 4 first-round picks route, because, hey, they probably are able to do that. Oh man, imagine this New Jersey Devils team with Holtz, Barzal, Hughes, Hischier, Gusev, all these guys down the line. That is absolutely astounding. Imagine having a center core of Hughes, Hischier, and Barzal. That's the triple-headed monster right there. That right there is probably one of the best center cores we would ever see in the NHL ever. Like, who cares who would be on that fourth line? You have Hughes, Hischier, and Barzal. Franchise elite players all in that mix. Not to mention, you still have that Alexander Holtz who is coming up in your pipeline. You have that Dawson Mercer, whom was acquired at the 2020 NHL Entry Draft. And all of a sudden, this forward core for the Devils is looking so good for the long-term future. But that's only one name mentioned here in the article. Let's scroll down to a few other ones. There are 8 names as indicated by the article. The next one, it goes over a second tier of players. Guys like Anthony Cirelli are talked about. Guys like Mikhail Sergachev are talked about. Pierre-Luc Dubois is also discussed over here as well. And this is a conversation that definitely does have a whole bunch of merit behind it too. Because Barzal, center, Dubois, center. Having a Dubois or a Barzal added to this squad, oh man, that'd be awesome. But of course, the Blue Jackets have so much cap space that is probably unrealistic. A guy like Anthony Cirelli or a Sergachev probably would be a little bit more realistic if you wanted to be more in that kind of territory. Mostly because everybody kind of knows what's going on with the Tampa Bay Lightning and their whole salary cap situation. But for other RFAs, there is the Detroit Red Wings that are also discussed too, in what is labeled the third tier in this article. And, you know, just like the Blue Jackets, the Red Wings have cap space, and the Red Wings have an ability to actually match anything that would be laid out there should Anthony Mantha get an offer sheet and should he actually sign. Obviously, it's fun to think about, like what exactly could an Anthony Mantha do with Jack Hughes or a Nico Hischier or any of the other really good prospects that are coming up into the system in New Jersey down the line. But of course, you certainly still do have to look at the contrary. Out of all these teams, I mean, I guess the Islanders with their just under $9 million of cap space and the need to sign Ryan Pulock as well could be in that conversation, firstly. And secondly, the Tampa Bay Lightning with guys like Sergachev and Cirelli definitely could be there too. So who knows if we will see a New Jersey Devils offer sheet. Now that I'm thinking about it though, I'm thinking about Mikhail Sergachev and talking about that whole Russian defender connection. You guys just drafted Shakir Mukhamadullin in what was one of the more surprising picks of the 2020 first round. And if you guys want yourselves a very raw and talented Russian defender to come over to New Jersey and hone his game, develop everything it is around those skills that he does have, who knows if a Mikhail Sergachev could be one of those guys who very much helps out in that department. Certainly the Russian connection, the Russian defenseman connection actually makes the most sense to me, but of course there still is a whole bunch of other options out there. So talk to me in the comments what you think about the idea of the New Jersey Devils legitimately going for an offer sheet, because it was revealed that during their GM hiring process that one of the things that they were very adamant on asking was that plan. So, tell me in the comments what you think. Is it Mathew Barzal? Is it Mikhail Sergachev? Is it Pierre-Luc Dubois? Is it Anthony Mantha? Who do you think the New Jersey Devils should offer sheet? And furthermore, talk to me in the comments if I'm right in my assessment, if the New Jersey Devils are kind of prohibited from doing certain kinds of offer sheets because they don't have their own second round pick. Obviously, I may be wrong on that, so if I am, feel free to correct me in the comments below, but talk to me what you think. If it is a $10 million something plus offer sheet, then that's 4 first round picks. Is it worth it to give up, I don't know, 4 first-round picks to get a Mathew Barzal at 11 AAV? Who knows? Do the Devils go cheaper than that, as in the $8.7 to $10.9 million range? Or do they go short-term or something, and take a look at what is a first and third round compensation offer sheet contract instead, avoiding the second round pick thing altogether? Talk to me what you think in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this video. That's Rolls99, and bye.